Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cover99 coming back in the video, and today we're gonna be talking about Fragpunk. First and foremost, I apologize for my absence. I know I said I was gonna be posting more. I'm still getting there. I'm still doing better. I got another video for y'all today. Before I get into the video, I do want to state that I'm going to try to be as, of course, non-biased as possible when it comes to this game. I'm gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the potential that this game has, especially like, in today's current gaming industry, and just give my thoughts on it. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hit that like, share, subscribe button, and let's get straight into it. For those that don't know what Fragpunk is, it is a round-based hero shooter. A beta did come out for this game some time ago. I want to say like last year, maybe around like November. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I did play it during the beta and I thought it was cool, but I didn't really think much of it or whatever. And of course, the game released fully yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm fucking with the game. I'm liking it. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of Valorant players out there or CSGO players out there just gonna say, oh, this is another copy and paste game, blah blah blah. I can't really disagree with that. I'm not gonna say the game is 100% copy and paste. The main difference between this game and Valorant, can move and shoot. That's the whole gimmick with this game versus Valorant. I actually love Valorant. I played Valorant during all the betas. I played season 1. I hit platinum, ranked or whatever. I used to be a Viper main, and then I just stopped playing Valorant because I just don't like the ability to not move and shoot. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, that's just a skill gap, blah blah blah. I understand. You're right, it is a skill gap for me. That's why I just don't play the game, respectfully. Same thing with CSGO. I always loved CSGO. I used to play CSGO a shit ton back in the day, especially with me and my friends and everything, but I just stopped playing because it just wasn't the game for me. Nobody complained when Valorant really released and CSGO was still a thing, because CSGO has its own community, Valorant has its own community, and I feel like this game can have its own community as well. But we got to talk about people not really playing the game and spreading misinformation. And I'm gonna put some Steam reviews up as far as the negative reviews. I'll talk about the negative parts of the game. Of course, I'll praise the game a little bit later. So the first review I got, this is only and hopefully a negative temporary review, because I think this game is a better CS clone than Valorant, and then I want to see it do nothing but succeed. However, 20,000 in-game bucks for one character is insane with how slowly you earn this currency. If they can fix this, I will almost have nothing negative to say. And then of course, he put edited a comment because people are saying oh, well, it's a free-to-play game, blah blah blah. Now, I also agree with this guy, but I also disagree with this guy, because I believe people are not actually using the redemption system and everything in game properly. So shout out to Mr. Feet who posted this review. There's nothing actually wrong with this review. I do agree with the game being 20,000 in-game currency. You'll probably see that later on in the video on how slow that is. That is very slow for progression for a free character. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say two things about this, why there's a positive side to this review. Your login rewards daily, right? Day 1 you log in, you get something. A lot of people don't know, when you log in for day 2, you get something called a little redemption statue. I'm gonna put it up for the screen as well, because I feel like a lot of people are missing this. Your day 2 rewards for the game, you get a free character. I shit you not. You can literally hop on, play one game or whatever, do your dailies, and the next day, if you don't feel like playing the game because you really want to play a specific character, you can just go on, log in, and then claim the statue, and then get your free character. I'm gonna put it up on the screen for those that don't believe me. I feel like they did a terrible job of explaining this, and they also didn't really go into details, because I completely missed this. I was actually streaming on Discord, just claiming everything at once, because there's so much shit to claim in this game, and I'm gonna get to that in another second. But I was just claiming everything because I just wasn't claiming nothing. I was just playing a shit ton of games, and I was like, oh shit, I could get a free character. That's dope as fuck. So saying that you have to play 20 plus hours or whatever, or 32 hours to get a character, that's not, I'm sorry, but that's just not accurate. I do agree with, outside of this being the one time you get a free character as your dailies or whatever, or your weeklies, I do agree that it does take long. But you also gotta look at the flip side of the coin. For anybody that played OG Rainbow Six Siege back in the day, and OG League of Legends before it was called Blue Essence and it was called intelligence points, IP, yeah, we all know how long it takes to get a fucking character. I mean, let's be real. Trying to get 6,500 points for League of Legends for a character was insane back in the day, before they had the whole new system. Yes, League has improved now, but it's a completely different system than what it was back in the day, and it was super fucking tedious. So hopefully the devs will see this and fix the issue with getting currency. So I hope that's not gonna be a thing. Same thing with Rainbow Six Siege. Trying to get a new character for free in Rainbow Six Siege before they had all the bundles and the starter editions and everything. It was a fucking tedious task, man. Spending $25, 5,000 or 15,000 renown on a character, dude, that was you had to put in a lot of time, man, a lot of time. But then also back then on Siege, you had to buy attachments. So you had to buy a new character, then you had to buy the attachments, you know, this, that, and the third. And Siege wasn't free back then. I think Siege is free now, but back then it wasn't free. So you had to buy the game, and then you had to grind a long period of time to get a character, and then like, you know, get attachments for that character. So I just wanted to talk about that review. Like the dude said, he said hopefully his review will change. I don't see nothing wrong with that. The next negative review that I see a lot of people talking about, Mr._toggle on Steam, shout out to you. He put, they slowed down the movement and made the Lancers way more expensive for free-to-play players. I do agree with that. You have to really grind to get one character. The slower gameplay and clunky feeling of the game currently makes the grind to get a new character frankly not worth it. Certain Lancers are also somewhat useless in comparison to other Lancers, making a small portion of the roster not even grinding for. Plus, if the enemy team gets the bullet blocking katana, which, let's just pause the review right here. The bullet blocking katana, a lot of people not getting that until they hit like really high levels. I've only seen this like 2 times, and I'm like level like maybe like 25 plus or around 20. So I don't know why he put that in a review. I don't know how they managed to make this game kind of unfun. The success of the beta test, but they did. They practically nerfed their own game. Again, I agree with this guy. The grind to get characters are too long, regardless of the free one that you get for your second daily claim. I'm seeing a lot of people complain about the movement. I'm seeing a lot of fucking people complain about the movement, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You start fighting somebody in this game within like 15 to 30 seconds. Tell me I'm lying. For anybody that's actually played the game for like an hour straight, you start fighting somebody like relatively fast. The movement is pretty fast too. It's faster than when you play Valorant in this sense. I'm gonna give this example. You know, when you're playing Valorant, you're on A site and like you got everybody else on B and they all die, so you gotta run all the way across the map and take the safe way back, and then to get to B site, yeah, that takes a long fucking time in Valorant. On here, it's actually faster. Yeah, let's say if your team gets rushed or punished or whatever, and you gotta go back to another site. It's not that like, you know, hard to like run. You do run faster when you have certain things out, like your AK or your sniper rifle or your knife out, but it's not that bad. I'm not sure if the game had like some slide canceling mechanic or if it was just way faster in the beta. I cannot remember because it's been so fucking long since I played it, but the movement, it's not that bad. It is not that slow. I promise you, the movement is not that slow in game. And if you think the movement is that slow, y'all need to stop playing Call of Duty, or y'all need to stop playing whatever fucking racer game y'all playing, because the movement is not that slow. I think Valorant and CSGO has slower movement than the one in game. And some characters, like, you know what I'm saying, I think they have abilities where you can either like speed up, or they got cards where you can speed up. They also have a card where you can like slide, make the map like icy and slide. So a lot of people just complaining about the movement. I'm sorry, but if you just don't like the movement of the game, you just don't like the movement in the game. Don't bash a game just because you just don't like one thing about it and it's too slow for you, and then you go play fucking Call of Duty and Rebirth Island and then compare the two. You got to remember, one is a round-based hero shooter. You're comparing it to what? Like, what are people comparing the movement in this game to? Again, Call of Duty, that's the only thing I can really see people comparing this game to. The movement in compared to Valorant, it's a little bit faster in my opinion. I could be wrong. Let me know, whoever plays Valorant out there. Let me know down in the comments below. But other than that, it's like, yo, like what are you talking about? Why is everybody complaining about the movement? You're fighting somebody within 15 to 30 seconds, sometimes less than that. I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes less than that, because a lot of people, they just go to like, you know, the front gate of the map where you're blocked off. They just rush down A, or they just rush down mid. It's like the movement's not that slow. You can't enjoy the game. I don't know what are y'all comparing it to, but please let me know down in the comments below. The last thing I'm gonna talk about, I guess, as far as negative, this guy, Mr. Cutlight, shout out to him. He said there's not even joking 9 currencies, 9 fucking currencies. There's gambling, which isn't a problem if it's honest, but it says after 50 boxes, which is 80 USD. And he's saying like, you know, you can't buy exactly 80 USD currency in game. You have to spend like 100. You get the ultimate shiny purple knife. Man, I love Chinese slot games. I don't know if this is a meme comment, or I feel like this guy's being sincere when he say this. I do agree with there being 9 different currencies. That's kind of like, it's kind of like absurd. I'm probably gonna put it on the screen for you, but the main 3 currencies are like, you know, you have the ones you get for money, the ones you get for free to buy characters, and then you have the blue ones that you can use to evolve skins, but the blue ones you get for free as well. So you have 3 basic currencies, and then everything else is for like other events and shit that's going on. Now, me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, anybody that's gonna spend $80 on a free-to-play game, they're not gonna complain about spending $20 more. They're not. Let's be honest with you. Anybody that's actually willing to spend $80 for I guess you could say a gambling function in a free-to-play game, they're not gonna complain about spending $100. They're not. They're just gonna spend $100. They're gonna be like, oh, like, no more free choices, and if I still get it and I still have currency left over, they're gonna spend it on something else. That's the mindset of somebody that spends $100 in a free play game, just like fucking Fortnite. I know players that dump $20, $40 in Fortnite and not buy anything with it, but then they just wait until something come out and then they just go ahead and buy it. I just don't like the fact that there are so many, and I mean so many different like microtransactions, but again, they're not giving you any type of in-game advantage. They are beautiful, like, you know, I'm saying skins versus, I hate to like, you know, throw shade on Valorant, but Valorant was just having a situation where they were selling trash skins skins for like absurd prices. I'll put the links to those 2 videos down below and put it up on the screen for y'all. I mean, this negative review right here, I mean, I can understand where the game is coming from, but you also really don't have to worry about dealing with the whole non-currency situation if you just play the game and you just only worry about the first 3, the ones that you use to get currency to buy characters. If you spend money in game, of course you're going to be paying attention to that one, and then the free cosmetic one. But I do agree with this guy. I'm not gonna lie to you, there is too many currencies. But the part where he was like, can't buy $80 in currency game, you have to spend 100. Again, anybody that's actually going to do like some type of gambling mechanic in any type of gacha game, they're not worried about that. Those people got money. They're gonna spend that money, trust me. I think the last thing I'm gonna talk about, now that we got all the negative stuff out the way, let's just talk about, I guess, the positive stuff. Me personally, again, it's a free to play game, hero shooter, it's round based. I don't really know what much else to say with that. It's not really supposed to be I know they have a competitive mode just for the competitive people out there, but this is one of those games where you could take a break from any other competitive game. You just hop on it and just try to have fun. The game has like goofy mechanics. The characters' abilities, they're not goofy, but they have like funny interactions with each other. So it's like, just take a break, relax. To be honest, if you're having a bad day on Valorant, I would actually play this to blow off some steam. You can move around, shoot people, do the same shit. I'm having fun with the game. All the negative reviews I see on Steam, nobody say that the game is actually not fun to play, other than the people that are like we was talking about earlier, complaining about the movement or whatever. If they're not complaining about movement, I haven't seen no other person say, oh, the base gameplay is bad, the rounds take too long, this character's busted. I haven't seen no reviews on that. I like at all. And I'll leave a link down below so I can like all see the reviews, but I haven't seen no reviews talking about the actual like gameplay of the game. Outside of all the reviews that we've talked about today, if you're gonna post a negative review on Steam, make sure it's also educational, but also talk about the core gameplay of it. Is there anything wrong with the core gameplay of the game? In my opinion, no. Maybe that will change if I ever play ranked, but like I said, I'm not playing ranked, so that's that. I don't think I have anything else to really talk about the game. Again, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You have CSGO and Valorant. It's as simple as that. You don't like the game, don't play it. But don't play 0.1 hour in game and then complain about the movement and say it's trash and leave a negative review. I think that's what a lot of people are doing on on Steam, if I'm being honest with you, like they do with like a lot of games. Negative reviewing games on Steam, that little culture that they have or that thing that they do, a lot of times, man, it's not even accurate. And it's like, it's so sad because people will really see the game and be like, oh, mixed, and they will read the comments and then the negative reviews and they're like, oh, I'm not playing this game. But they're like so wrong. Shout out to Mr. Feet. Like, this is one of the top negative reviews on Steam. People will see this and be like, oh wow, like it takes way too long to get a character. But in all reality, you can get a new character in less than 1 hour. You can log in one day and then the next day claim the dailies and then get a free character. Now I know some people are probably not that patient or whatever. They're like very eager. But if you really want a free character and you don't want to spend money, bro, you're gonna log in, play the game for a little bit, chill, and then after that, what you gonna do? Log in the next day, get that little free statue, claim a little free character. It's just a lot of things that just go on with like a negative Steam reviews. I just had to talk about this because again, I'm playing the game. It was supposed to release on console, but they're delaying it for some reason. I'm not sure why they did that. I feel like this game can still have its own player base, the same way how Valorant has its own player base and CSGO has its own player base, and they don't collab with each other, nor do they like compare itself to each other. I really think this game does have like a lot of potential for like more characters and more maps and stuff in the future. I also like the fact that you don't have to buy stuff in game for like utility. You don't have to buy weapons. You don't have to buy like grenades and stuff like that. I really do love that fact. And of course, like everybody can't just use an AK. Only one person is limited to like one gun or whatever. So 2 people can have an assault rifle, and everybody else can have like either an SMG or a sniper rifle or a shotgun or something that their character has. So, but yeah, man, I mean, that's what I have for the video. However y'all feel about the game, if y'all disagree with me in the comments, I totally understand. Just let me know something. Don't just go in the comments and be like, say nothing, not be. I like to have educational conversations with people that actually put thought into their comments and to their replies. So like, say if you have anything to say about the game, whether it's good or bad, I'll read them all. Just let me know down in the comments, man. But with that being said, man, again, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.